Daniella Storytelling, and I'm coming here today from the NASA Astrobiology Institute in Mountain View, California. So many of you may be wondering what NASA is doing here, hanging out at a powwow, telling stories with Native American friends and colleagues. Well, we've been working together for the past few years to bring together the scientific kind of point of view on origin stories, as well as the native point of view. And we're trying to bring them together and create a space for them to be together and enjoy each other's company, see what happens. So we appreciate you being here this morning as co-creators in that opportunity, in that event. So, a couple of days ago was Earth Day, and I think every day should be Earth Day, so I'm going to pretend it's still Earth Day and tell you a little bit about, from the scientific point of view, a little story about the history of the evolution of life on Earth. And we're going to especially talk about a very special organism that did something very unique a long, long time ago that we wouldn't be here without that. Okay. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far, oh, wait a minute. A long time ago, in this galaxy right here, the Milky Way, the planet Earth, our home, along with all the other planets and the sun, formed. It was a pretty intense time. Imagine the young sun in the center of a disk of hot gas and dust and rocks swirling around it like a record on a record player. Violent collisions, particles smashing into one another, forming larger and larger balls of hot rock that would eventually become the planets and moons and asteroids and comets in our solar system today. And I know you know what they are, so say it along with me. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and yes, Pluto is still with us, thankfully. Now, once all that colliding and bombarding and smashing began to settle down, the young Earth embarked on its journey to become the planet we know and love today, with continents and oceans and mountains and rivers and clouds and rain and wind, and of course, us. Now there's some debate about what the young Earth was really like. There were certainly no mountains or rivers. For a long time on the early Earth, lots and lots of meteors rained down on the surface as the last debris from the disk was clearing. If we had been there at that time, it would have been pretty dangerous, so it's a good thing we weren't. Imagine our young planet, almost covered in a beautiful bluish-green hue. Now these cyanobacteria did something extremely unique and special. They took energy from the sun and created oxygen gas. Imagine the Earth almost covered with huge amounts of cyanobacteria, maybe in shallow pools of water, maybe in an ocean, but all of them bubbling up oxygen gas. And they made lots of it for a long, long time. There were so many cyanobacteria all over the globe doing this that with all of them pumping out oxygen gas, bubbling into the air, they created the oxygen in the atmosphere that we are breathing right now. The oxygen that we breathe was put into the atmosphere by the cyanobacteria 2 billion years ago. Life was changing the Earth. So let's all take a deep breath. Thank you, cyanobacteria. So that was a big deal. It really got the ball rolling for more complex life to evolve. And did it ever. More time passed, and along came the snails and trilobites and algae and fishes and plants and insects. It was an explosion of life. tiny sharks and frogs and snakes and crocodiles and dinosaurs, and then birds and flowers and grasses and animals like raccoon and deer and buffalo. And then, eventually, came us, humans, our ancestors. And what do? We breathe. All day, every day. We breathe in that oxygen. But more importantly, we also breathe out something else. We breathe in oxygen, we breathe out carbon dioxide, CO2. And we've been busy, haven't we? Hunting and gathering and farming and building, skyscrapers and factories and houses, typing away on our computers and cell phones and iPods, all the while pumping out CO2. Imagine the whole surface of the earth covered with humans and their buildings, pumping out CO2 into the air. Just like the cyanobacteria did with oxygen many moons ago. Once again, life is changing the earth. Just as they forever changed the atmosphere and paved the way for us to appear, so are we doing now, here. Is the end here? Shall we live in fear for another year? That's up to you, my dears. The only constant thing in life is change. So keep on changing and spread good cheer.